This video is going to be for battle. We've just started our battle with the Moggles. The first thing that I do is start everything on my scorecard in the top section so that I don't forget later on, and that way I can just go from game to game to do each one. Once you've started everything on your scorecard, you can go to whatever game that you want to play first. Poker is going to take a little extra time. Party bombs are pretty easy. Once you've completed it and your score has been recorded, it'll say retry or no thanks. Always put retry. That way you don't have to restart it and you won't forget. If you happen to be at a bomb party or something and get a party bomb, then you don't forget to do that. I wanted to show you the bottom part of this card. Solitaire cards. This is our first over our daily team challenge. So it's going to record everybody that does solitaire. Once you've completed the top section up here, then you can go for your 10% bonus. The easiest way that I found to do this is to do the party bomb and announce it in crew chat or in global and go and let off a bomb. Make sure 5 people are there because 5 people have to collect in order for it to record. And then if you have 2 bombs on your head, you can just hit retry and drop another bomb for 5 more people or 5 of the same people, and it'll record it again and give you the 10%. So you don't actually have to do jobs or missions, but you can if you want to. The first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is get some party bombs because I have some saved up. If you save your spinners, it's going to do you a world of good. If I can find one that's mine. We do have some spinners in the crew room. We like to try to keep some in there. Most of the time I'll have a bomb floor going. I don't happen to have one because this was kind of a surprise and I've been very busy, so I haven't had a chance to do that. So I got a 467. Now, when you're finished with that score, you can either go on to another one or you can try that score again, and you can continue to keep trying those scores. Don't forget you have a team challenge as well, but I like to get all my scorecard filled up first. When you go to do your slots, the suggestion is that you do one line at a max bet. It takes a little bit longer to get a score, but once you get that score, it'll be worth more points for you. So I've gotten a score already of 1330, which isn't too bad for slots. I'm going to go ahead and finish out my spins, and then I'll move on to the next one. And I'm pausing the video in between so that I'm not using up all my time with just sitting there spinning. But I still want to help explain what's going on. Okay, I had less of a score the second time, which is no big deal. I can always come back and do some more later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to an actual exclusive table and work on solitaire. I don't have it set up because I didn't have a chance to before the battle began. But typically you want to try to set this up ahead of time. You can get a better score that way. What you do is you play until you know that you're going to get all the cards up here, and then you leave instead of ending it. What I want to show you really quick is how you can look to see where the battle's at. You're going to go to battles, Shows an overall score for Limitless and Moguls. Excuse me. Or you can go to yours, to members. I'm sorry, not members, it's battle. Excuse me. Shows you your individual score and the other team's individual scores. I'm going to go ahead and put it on pause again and finish out this. Okay, my solitaire score is terrible, but that's fine. I can go back later. Again, anytime I can use an exclusive for any of the games, I will. On roulette, you can play however you want to. Typically what I do is look to see what the most common number that's been called is, which would be 24. And I put all of mine on 24. I put all of mine on one number and keep trying that. It's kind of expensive to do it that way. There's different strategies depending on who you talk to. This seems to work pretty well for me, so that's what I do. Okay, guys, I got a score 900, which is fairly good. It's not exceptional or anything, but it's good enough for roulette. So I'm gonna move on.
Like it was burnt too.
Sorry, my son was talking to me. I'm gonna move on to blackjack, and blackjack is counted by the blackjacks that you get, and also the better hands that you get. The more that you make in chips, the better off you're going to be with your score. And I will continue the video once this is done. So I've come to the poker table because I've finished my roulette and went to a couple bomb parties to get bombs. What you're going to do is do the very best score that you can. 2 pair is usually not a great scoring hand, but sometimes I'll accept it. 3 of a kind or higher is usually the very best. And the trick about this is when you get a good hand like what I have here, trip 8s, you want to go all in. Now I have a full house, so I'm going to go all in. You get a higher score for doing that. So I've gotten primarily all of my scores. The only thing that I have left to get is my 10%. And we're doing well. We're still in the lead, but we only have 4 people on right now. It's late at night. About bedtime. And I've been up since 2:30, so I'm going to hit the sack and then I'll get back to it again tomorrow. Just wanted to let you know that battles are very similar to war. The only difference is battle's going to be 24 hours against one crew. Wars, the crews are divided for the ones that are actually in the war. And it's 3 days altogether. And each day your scorecard will reset itself and you're making points for each day individually, and it accumulates into all of your points. The scores look pretty good for this this battle. And with that, I'm going to conclude this session of battle video. Have a good night, Limitless.